I came across something that I'd written quite a while ago. I have no clue when I wrote it, but it deals with something that I assume the majority of people feel who deal with a loved one that has a terminal illness. So I'm just going to read it. It's called Mama's Door. We aren't supposed to live in a constant state of grief. While I sat in the hospital with my mother, I listened to other families whispering outside the door. Other families talking, arguing, fighting their own battles, and like a piece of carnival glass, I waited for the one moment that would shatter me. I was 23 years old. I had a 3-year-old son and a home a country away with a Marine waiting for me, and this wasn't supposed to be happening. I was supposed to have my mama until I grew old. She was supposed to be there to give me advice. She was supposed to share our life. Instead, I sat there listening to the beeps and growls of the machine pushing blood into her veins, helping her stay with us for a few more weeks, watching that same blood leak out of her mouth. In the middle of the night, I would hear families weep, protest to God, deny truth, and finally whispering as they leave for the last time. Night after night, crying from other rooms, protests from other daughters, and fear made it impossible for me to concentrate on anything. Those families were like mine. They had people in rooms like me, but in the morning, they were gone. I began to fear the thing that would eventually come for my mama. It wasn't an unknown to me anymore. It was real as the blood I wiped from her mouth. I couldn't see it, but I knew. Just as it walked through those other doors, it would eventually walk through mine and take my mama. So I sat up every night, fighting sleep, watching the door, listening for footsteps. It came for the man in the room next to ours. I heard the family gasp, wail, and curse. I wondered what it looked like, and knowing they had seen it made the thought all the more terrifying. I kept listening, kept watching the door, and kept waiting. We left the hospital. We were safe. We'd made it out. 2 weeks passed. 4 weeks passed. 6 weeks passed. Then her bedroom door opened.